Welcome to the Scene Snobs Podcast.
Welcome to the Scene Snobs Podcast. That's right. We are your master debaters. That's right. We are the two that you are expecting to see this Tuesday that will keep you entertained. The true master debaters. I'll go watch those other guys.
Nah.
How's it going?
We're way more entertaining. I'm doing good, man.
So. I think we're a lot more entertaining, personally.
Yes. I'm kind of glad we're having a show during that because I actually saw that was on and I was like, well, I'm glad I have an excuse why I missed it.
I'm so happy to miss it. I really do not want to listen to any more politicians or anything like that. But I do want to start off the show a little reserved tonight. And the reason for that is that Hurricane Helene came through and did some devastating damage all over down in the South, and especially in parts of North Carolina, which is near and dear to our heart. Our good buddy producer Paul is from North Carolina, and I'm going to let you speak to this because you have a lot more eyes on it than I do, and awareness to it. But I want to just say thoughts and prayers to everyone who has been devastated by this and is feeling the effects. And I cannot imagine, and I'm so sorry. And my heart completely goes out to you.
Yes. It's different because like Highway 40 West, Highway 40 goes straight through Greensboro area. So we can't go west right now. Obviously, like it's completely shut down in certain sections, a large section, especially Asheville and stuff. So it's weird seeing some of the places my dad would take me climbing or hiking are just completely wiped out, and hearing everything. And then it's kind of sad and disgusting. I mean, I get it's the day and age, but it sucks seeing how many fake relief groups there are taking donations and money that aren't actual things. So if I could tell anyone anything, make sure you're giving out something like Salvation Army or like a reputable thing, because your heart might be in the right place. And you might not know, but there are people that will always take advantage of people's hard times like this. So just make sure you're kind of doing your research before you give to an organization, because people are awful. Unfortunately,
I think, and not to step on anything you're going to say, but just Red Cross right there, like that. Yep. If you can't find anybody, at least Red Cross is out there trying to do their best. So maybe them. So I just wanted to put that out.
Yep. So it's tough, man. It sucks. I've been keeping an eye out to see if any of the groups I'm a part of or anything like that are going out. I know right now it seems like they're very much, unless you're a functioning nurse or doctor or something like, if you're something for a background that's super useful for them, that's all they need right now. But I'm definitely keeping an eye out to volunteer to help clean up and things like that. So if any of my fellow North Carolinians hear anything or have any groups that are like, oh, we're planning on going out in a week or two, please reach out to me or us on, our channel or whatever. And
for sure,
let me know, because I'd love to go out and at least try to help. Because, Greensboro, they said we were going to get heavy winds and rain, and it barely peed on us. So it all went straight to Asheville, that side of the state. Because we didn't get nothing. That was barely
second. It's selfishly, after everything that's happened on devastation, I can say, as your friend, I'm glad that you are okay. You and everybody are okay. But yeah, just devastating, and heart goes out to all of you, seriously, who were affected by this. So maybe we could try and come up with something for Snobtober. Maybe we could do a charity or something. We'll find something and point you in the right direction. Even if we don't do something directly, we can pitch a charity that will really help. I just don't know any off the top of my head right now. But like I said, maybe Red Cross is the best way to go. But like with everything though, we're gonna try and keep it lighthearted though. We're gonna have fun. Us, we're all entertainment all the time. Embrace the absurdity. It is, oh my God, dude, it is Snobtober. It is Snobtober. It's our season.
It is.
It is the spook season, man. I love it. I love the horror of it all. I love the Halloween. I know you do too. You.
Oh,
listen,
yes.
I love it. I live for this time of year. And you have been counting it down. Like, I don't have enough bandwidth in my brain to count down anything, because like and let me tell you, I was thinking about this. I remember when Lenny died. Lenny was Mr. Countdown, right? As soon as Christmas ended, the next day he had a countdown going, or Halloween, or whatever. He was Mr. Holiday. He loved the countdowns. When he died, I said to myself, I'm going to make sure I'm the countdown guy.
Mm-hmm.
I have never been since he died the countdown and I maintain I probably never will be. So that I'm saying that was so much hyperbole to let you know just how much Paul has been waiting for this. Oh, I'm super excited.
Yeah, let everyone know 6 months. Do what?
What was your first movie watch today?
Oh, it was Night of the Living Dead, because it was actually released on October 1st. So in honor of that, I was like, let me start it off right.
I dig that. That's my Halloween night movie. I always have to finish Halloween with it.
Okay.
So
there you go. See, this year, I got a friend that's trying to do like a pretty big thing for a lot of the kids in his neighborhood, candy-wise. So we're going to put Hocus Pocus on an outdoor projector screen and watch that. So that'll probably be my Halloween watch.
It's a good thing our Halloween show is 2 days before it. Then.
Yeah, thank God. We just do a live from there.
I'm never going to behold myself to Halloween again. If it falls on it again, great. But last year, I could not have asked for better for our 4-year anniversary month on Halloween night, for it to be the 300th episode meant so much to me. I'm never going to hold anything to it again. And the fact that next week's show, and I knock on wood, I'm knocking on that wood really hard. Next week's show is episode 350. And it is our 5-year anniversary show. Of course, our anniversary is October 6th for the podcast. But we will be celebrating it on October 8th. I will be hosting that night, though, Salem's Lot on Sunday Scares, hashtag Sunday Scares on Twitter. So I'm excited. And we are going to be doing for the so we're excited about it because we kind of stumbled onto this with Speak No Evil, which you weren't even here for. One time. And I was like, that's all right. Paul will definitely have to be down on this. We're going to take all 3 versions of Salem's Lot. We're not going to take the sequel, Salem's Lot 2. I like it. It's a Larry Cohen movie. I'm all in, but we're only going to stick with the Salem's Lot from the 70s, David Soul, the Salem's Lot with Rob Lowe in 2000s, and the new Salem's Lot that's coming out tomorrow the next day. So we're going to watch all 3 of them. Yeah. And we're going to review all 3 of them. We're going to compare and contrast what we liked, what we didn't like. You know, I read the book. I don't know if you read the book. It's
been a minute. I did a long time, like
15. I'm not rereading it before the week, so we're just sticking to movies. It was in a long time. But yeah, we're going to do that next week as a special and just have some fun with it. And I kind of wanted to see if you were interested in maybe doing Apartment 7A and Rosemary's Baby the week after.
We can. I'll talk great about Rosemary's Baby.
Have you watched Apartment 7A?
Yes.
All right, well, hold on to it because I haven't watched it yet. Okay, so let me watch it and hate it.
It was great.
No,
Frosted Flakes, bro.
I know. Listen, I know it's the first Omen. I know that's what it is. That's what they're doing. It seems like a trend. Like, let's make the prequel right before. So what you're telling me is she wasn't special. You're telling me she wasn't the one who could carry the devil's baby. You're telling me there was somebody else. And it's easy. It's easy as that. So you didn't have. So it's as easy as that. If it's as easy as that you can find somebody, and I haven't even seen Apartment 7A yet, but if it's as easy as that you can find somebody, then you could probably find somebody willing.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you can find somebody willing, there's no reason for how you did it, you monsters. And I grant it's the devil, but what am I supposed to do? I'm still gonna say it. So it's my Voldemort. It's my same argument I was making on Popcorn and Pints for Fantastic Beasts. It was like, you can't make somebody more powerful than Voldemort. It makes Voldemort less scary.
Yeah.
And the dude's already trying to take over high school. Like, it's not much, all right? Like, he's not Darth Vader. So, so you can't just throw it out there.
That's funny that you made the comparison to First Omen, because that's exactly what I said the next morning to Matt. I was like, it's First Omen, 100%. Same thing. I was like, I mean, you can watch it, but I mean, it's just going to crap the bed. So
watching the trailer, I knew it was the First Omen. If you're going to do let me ask you this, since it's Snobtober, let's talk a little horror.
Yes.
If you're going to make a horror sequel, to any famous either horror movie or franchise. So and it's got to be a prequel that let's assume for the sake of argument, it's going to be like these new string of prequels that came out like 40 years later.
Okay.
Or whatever it is. How do you do it? Like which movie franchise do you go with? And like, how are you going with it? What are you going to do?
So in my opinion,
wait. I have to interrupt you. You said so at the end of my sentence. Like you didn't even wait for my period before you were like, in your brain, as I was mustering that question together, your whole brain was probably like, listen, I have thought about this extensively for many, 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 many nights, and I know exactly what I'm going to answer to this. With that being said, please proceed.
The safest bet is always going to be in my mind 13 Ghosts. You know, do an origin story of how Matthew Lillard was brought in and captures other ghosts. Then you can have origin stories of all the other ghosts, how they're captured, you know, who died, you know, was that the first man in that glass house or was he like a second owner? You know, we don't know. We assume it was him that built it, but where did he get the idea from, the spells from? There's a lot you could do that I think they could manage not to fudge up and make it crap. And I think that's probably one of the safest horror movies.
It's true. I feel like slashers are the hardest to do prequels on because you're just like you are pigeonholed to what their physics is. So once you start adding other things, it's like that's not how it works, though. You know, that's why I was so weary about the Jason, you know, prequel show because I was like, what are you gonna do? Like, is it just murdering people? Like, cool, all right, but like Bates Motel works, but how's this work?
Yeah, even Bates Motel got a little weird later in the seasons.
Listen, after season 2, it just like,
I was like,
the way. It's like we're gonna take this idea and fly right off a cliff. So. But I did like the show for a little bit. Like I thought it was a cool concept, and I thought that was when you could visit because you're dealing with my problem with that show is they tried so hard to tie it into the movie.
Yeah,
and it was like you don't have to. Every once in a while, you can tip your hat to it. It's like, oh man, guess what I watched?
Ooh, what'd you watch?
The 4:30 movie, Kevin Smith's new movie.
Oh, how is it? Okay.
Listen, I don't care what people say. People shit on Kevin Smith, and I get mad about it because he makes some really fun movies. Like Yoga Hosers is not a good movie, but it's a fun movie. Like it's not a bad movie either.
Yes.
Come on, we can admit like it's a bad horror movie. But like how many countless bad horror movies do we love?
True.
Yeah.
I feel like it didn't take it serious though. I feel like with Yoga Hosers, so I give him more grace with how bad it was. Like it was meant to be more of a comedy almost.
Which again, like I'm cool. Like Club Dread. Like I chalk it up to that. Like I love Club Dread and it's so funny, but I don't put it on the same level as Shaun of the Dead. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
But yeah, like those are some real I still feel like that stuff is warranted in movies. Like you have to have that kind of bullshit. you know what I mean? But yeah, honestly though, dude, like I just had so much fun with it. It was nostalgic. It was nostalgic in a good way. Like the jokes were right there. Like the Bill Cosby, they made a Bill Cosby joke where it's like, man, he's just the greatest. Nobody would ever hate Bill Cosby. And it, like, of course, it's so cheek. And you're like, but everything else was like nostalgic in that, like, wow, I remember that.
Yeah.
You know, and just that feeling, like, I don't exactly remember that. Everything in the movie's made up. The names, the movies in the movies are made up, but like, you get the feeling.
Mm-hmm.
The thing I like about Kevin Smith is he'll never not be an independent director.
Yes. I do appreciate
Even
that.
Dogma, which is a studio movie, is one of the most independent movie studio movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It really is. It's an independent director who had a lot of money.
Good.
Like,
we need more.
And then you get like Strike Back and things like that, which again, it's just craziness. But I love it, and I love that this movie was just so simple. He shot it in his movie theater. He owns the place.
That's
So
so cool.
he has to do much,
Right.
So all that stuff, like I really love it. And it just felt like very nostalgic to me. But there was a quote in it, and I thought you'd appreciate this quote. And it hit me. You know how like when something hits you, and it just like you hear something, and you're like, wow, that understood me more than I think I understand me. You ever had a moment like that?
Oh,
Because
yes.
I haven't had many, many moments like that, but I have. So I know that feeling. I'm not trying to say I don't like, I'm not trying to put myself over or anything, but this was one I didn't even know I needed to hear this or how true it was. It was just, I never had it put into words for me, but this is always how I felt. So I'm going to say it to you. It's very cool. Here we go. Most people come to the movies to escape their lives, but people like us, we come here because movies make life make sense. Out here, the world's full of lies, but in there, they tell a lie that tells a truth. And the truth about you and me is we're filmmakers. Oh,
I like that. I really like that.
That cut me to my core. I wrote it in my journal for the movie. I was like, I cannot see that every day. I cannot not see that every day. When it comes to filmmaking, there are 3 quotes that have always hit me pretty hard. It was Joe Bob's monologue from like One Cut of the Dead episode of Last Drive-In. And one of the most direct quotes was, stop using aspiring filmmaker. Go make your movie. Be a filmmaker. Go do it. Stop aspiring. You are a filmmaker. So be one. The other one was from a friend years ago who told me the price of art is your friends and everyone around you. Yeah, your loved ones, your friends, and everyone around you. So your price of art is the dedication you put into it, one of the sacrifices you make for it. So that was another one that always just sort of hit me hard. And I do find true in a capacity. I'm not saying sacrifice everything, people, but I do find it true in some capacity. And then that one hit me to my core. Loved it. Oh, I've been going since. So
hell yeah.
excited.
I like that. I almost want to get that tattooed on me now. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like that.
I thought about that too. Now you stole it, you son of a bitch. I was thinking about getting like a reel and have it inscribed in the reel. But no,
that'd be cool.
This son of a bitch said it on the air first.
Just like I tried to steal your closing statement.
You have to work on 5 movies before you can get a movie tattoo.
Give me my fucking foot. Where's my foot?
Oh my god, man, that's hysterical. No, I'm just kidding. You can get whatever you want tattooed on you. I would think about it though, as a movie fan, anytime because you got your first tattoo.
Yep.
And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to let you go from the show. No,
it sucks so bad. What's a tattoo of? I'll be like, let's not fucking talk about this.
We hope you'll still be a fan. I mean, you have our logo.
I need sponsorship now. I need 25 cents a month.
Oh my god! It's just like you keep getting an envelope in the mail with a nickel in it.
That'd be awesome.
I used to get I wanted those. I really did. I wanted those. But yeah, all those nickels just going to waste. They were one open. It's just junk mail. I'm like, the nickel's not. The nickel's worth 5 cents. You can give me 10 of those letters. And I can go get a wiffle ball.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you could get probably a Lucy for that. I don't even know if they sell Lucy's out there anymore. What? I'm just saying.
So that's what you're thinking about? You're just going to get the Lucy's?
Yeah, why not?
And I'm not telling anyone, and you're not telling anyone what that means either, because there are people out there who are like, "What's a Lucy?" I don't know what Lucy is.
I feel like they should. Well, anyway, if they're in the know, they should know. But But
if they know, they know. If they don't know, they can look it up. And while they're at it, look up loonies and toonies. Before you go to Toronto. Toronto.
love it.
Dude, I edited so much stuff today that my brain is just fried. Like trying to keep track of all these different things, and it's like, okay, I have to edit this piece over here, then I have to go over here and edit this piece, and then like trying to put things. I don't know why I'm explaining it, but I'm literally just like, I do this, but my brain has been scrambled all freaking day.
You seem put together though, and I mean, you got it all done, so you killed it. So,
well, I went to PT this morning, and the traction beat the crap out. Because
let's drink some water. You got this. You got to
need the wet the whistle. Get the whistle nice and wet, moist. So there we go. We go. I go to PT, and I got the new guy. I got some new guy who's doing some new stuff. Has me doing new moves and shit. So he puts me on a traction machine, and now like. I guess there's levels. It goes up to like 20. I swear to God, it's like a Looney Tune cartoon. So when I normally go, it starts at like a 5 and then pulls me to a 20 slowly, gradually over time. And that's fine. 20 minutes in there, 1 minute on, 1 minute off. Just keeps pulling back and forth like an accordion. So today, the new guy was like, hey, I'm going to try something new. Didn't proceed to tell me at all. He just so this thing he said it's like extra strength or something, because this thing is like grab my neck and like I'm just like,
oh shit,
and I'm like expecting like 1 minute on, 1 minute off. It'd be like 1 minute and then I'm pulled, and then like it's just holding me like because it pulls your head up like for dear life, and you're like So I'm 6'10" now.
Jesus. It's that full moon, the first full moon of the month. That's what it's got to be. Dude,
I'm actually interested because in this, like, I have been working on my posture. Because you have to work on certain parts of my back, and I wonder almost if I don't know, this is so stupid. I wonder if I am taller because through all of this I have better posture now, and I've always hunched because I got hit in the back when I was really young. So like I've just always like hunched because it hurts. But now I have like good posture. I'm working on it. I wonder if I'm taller.
I bet you gained at least an inch, if not 2. You're probably right.
Fair. I mean, the wrong inches I wanted to gain, but whatever.
Yeah,
it's
all about proportion.
I'll know if I keep hitting my head on the door jam. I just like my hair just hits it. So no, I'm good in door jams. Like the only and you always know when a door is smaller because like eye level. I'm telling Paul this, and Paul's like, "Yep." I remember that time I got on Matt and Bryant's shoulders, and we put on our trench coat to go to the movies. And
we did a Muppet Man.
Oh, that's the best. I can imagine it too. I could see you guys doing it. That'd be wonderful.
He totally would. And I bet Brian's listening tonight because he's not working. So I'm sure he's sitting there. He's like, "Oh, let's do a Muppet Man."
Oh my God, man. You guys should do it. You guys should just go do it. And have you ever seen Scrubs?
Yeah.
You and Brian should go as Really Tall Doctor.
Okay. He's watching right now. I'm sure he's going to text me here in a minute and be like, "We're doing this."
I love that. You're just like, okay, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you. Just do it if you want to do it.
No, I'll just do it. I don't give a shit. I got kicked out of Target for running around as a taco while my friend chased me around as the Mexican costume.
Oh God. Oh, Brian, what's
like,
up?
I'm going to put a... Oh, what up, Brian? What up, James?
And the lovely Samantha.
Hello.
Finally October, aka Snobtober. Thank you.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I'm down for Giant Doctor.
Told you.
Dude, man. Oh, they're getting out of hand with these giant skeletons.
Yeah, they're getting insane. The ones you can put on your roofs and ceilings and shit. And people are getting creative. And I'm low key. I'm happy about it. But to an extent, it's like what brought you around? Because it used to be, I'm not trying to bash anybody's religion or anything, but a lot of the Christian community was very much against anything Halloween related. Now everyone's all about it. So I'm like, what's changed in everyone's life experience?
I know what it is. You weed it out. The more kids adopt something, and let's face facts, 80s kids and on, like, and I'm not even saying 70s didn't or 60s didn't. I'm just saying from my lifetime, 80s kids and on, like, Halloween is ingratiated. Like, you can't get through the 80s and 90s without thinking of some of the most famous specials, Halloween specials, and or Halloween commercials. Remember how prominent Halloween commercials were?
Yes.
Oh my god, dude! I will still watch them unironically sometimes. They're fun, man.
Yeah, I like the McDonald's ones with the Hamburglar, shit like that.
Dude, there's so many. Like, I love the Dunkin' Donuts, of course, where you got the monsters coming in. They always had some good ones, like really Creep Factor. I loved all of that stuff. This time of year, man, it's so sad because it's like weird because we are so universally accepting Halloween. But for some reason, media just shows horror movies.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I love horror movies, don't get me wrong, and I will watch them all day long. But we are not just horror movie fans. We're Halloween fans.
Yes.
And there's a difference between Halloween movies and TV shows and specials. And then, and I'm not saying everybody's like this. There are some fun channels like Halloween Baking Show and all that stuff. So there's some cool
love that shit.
yeah, Halloween Wars, things like that. And they do specials sometimes, but come on, it doesn't have to be every cartoon, but do something. Put out a Bluey special at least this year. That's the biggest one around now, but like, do it. Like, you guys know it. Disney knows it because Disney is like probably the biggest one always putting out Halloween specials. They bank on it.
With the Muppets, oh my god, I can't wait to rewatch the Muppets Haunted Mansion special. Oh, I love that show.
But even Marvel, like this year, they put out Agatha all along, and it's supposed to be very like Halloween spirit. And then last year was Werewolf by Night.
Yeah,
it's smart, and I think we need to bring it back. We need to bring back more Halloween themed commercials. I know I'm like beating a dead horse, but seriously, if you're younger and you're watching this show, like in your 20s or something, I don't know why. I hope you stay. I mean, hopefully we're of entertainment and entertainment value. Maybe maybe you learn something. Not saying that we're teaching anything. I'm just saying maybe you learn something along the way. but like, for real, like, so if you're younger and you don't know what that's like, you grew up in the 2000s, didn't have a lot of those then, like Paul.
Get the fuck out of here.
Go on like YouTube and just type in like 80s and 70s, 80s, and 90s Halloween commercials. Those and we'll probably talk about these more towards Christmas, but Christmas was very prominent too. But listen, we're gonna do it. We're gonna get the spirit back in Paul this year. Dude, we got to do a Christmas card.
Yes, we do. That we absolutely
do. So we got to do a Christmas card.
Matching outfits. I can't wait to come up there. Sweaters. We're going to go to JCPenney. We're going to do it fucking right.
You got to do it right. Oh, God, that was so good.
Sturdy could be the evil elf. We'll just put this cigarette and some liquor in the background.
Oh, my God. Paul's just trying to burn everything down. You're a naughty boy.
Yeah.
Oh, but back to Halloween because we're still in. I don't want to jump to Christmas yet.
Thank God.
Yeah, no, honestly, like, I fucking love this time of year, and I love it all the way through. Yeah. I love the holiday. I know you don't, but I love like Thanksgiving. I even love New Year's. Like, and then we're in a new year, and I'm good. But Halloween, baby. Yes. The scare tear. That's what we are all about. And let's talk about it a little bit. What are your plans for Halloween this year?
So actual Halloween day, I'll be with my friend John to help him hand out candy, and we'll be watching Hocus Pocus because it's actually his first watch of Hocus Pocus, which I have failed him as a friend. I've only known him 18 years, and I didn't know he hadn't seen it, and Sam had brought up it's her favorite movie, and he's like, "Oh, I've never seen it," and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, I thought everyone in our age demographic had seen it at least once. So I was like, "Well, let's watch it on Halloween." He's like, "Well, bring your screen. Let's watch it outside because that's kid appropriate." And I was like, "Done."
Nice.
So that's probably our main Halloween plans now. With 2 moons in orbit right now, and it being a second full moon on Halloween, anything could happen, but we'll find out.
You know what? I'm taking a month. I'm going to enjoy it this month. I haven't decorated yet, but there's reason. And we're getting there, people. Don't worry. Because I want to put some love and care and kindness into it. We got some stuff going on. So, and we have people coming to work on the house. So once that's finished, we're going to have it all ready to go. But yeah, I'm still in. Like, I watched my first movie today from my Halloween horror movie watch list, which thank you. And I want to say this to all of our Patreon members who submitted. Thank you guys so much. My Patreon members who threw in all the movies I had to watch. I was so excited. You guys gave some great choices. I watched one today. It was the first time watch for me. The Relic.
Really? First time watch?
First time watch. I had never seen it before. Huh. I like Tom Sizemore too. So, it was one that just kind of slipped by me. I remember when it came out, but I think there was another. I went with the Species series, and it wasn't like one or the other. I could have done both, but like I think it just passed me by. I was like sort of more enamored in that one. I wonder why. Teenage boy, I wonder why. So you think about that, and it's like watching it, and I was so happy to watch it for the first time. I really enjoyed it. I had such a good time. I did a quick review over on social media and stuff, but just give you guys a fill in here. Like, it was a fun movie. I like the Stan Winston creature creation in it. I kind of like how it all played out. All took place in a museum. That was kind of cool, something a little different. I dug it, man. I would put it on the level of like a Daylight, that Stallone movie where he's trapped in the tunnel. I would put it on that level. Like, it was but horror, like it was fun. It was a good horror movie. I liked everybody in it. And I'd probably watch it again, honestly. So
I get that.
Yeah, I dug that. I was glad I did. That was my first watch today, though.
Okay. I did my first watch of Mimic last night.
That was the one, Mimic, not Species.
Oh, okay.
I saw I didn't see this, The Relic. I think they came out at the same time.
See, and I never seen Mimic, so I was like, I'll throw this on. Then I was like, oh, this is on the radar. I actually enjoyed this one. Yep. It's funny.
That is funny, man. Oh my god, we went both ways on that. So
hey-o.
So anyway, all right. So that's what we watched. Let's get into what I like to call our fun takeaways, and we did prison movies. I don't know why. I just went with it. But I wanted to do it. I think I had a whole theme planned, but whatever. We had some fun. So we did prison movies. My parameter for this was the movie had to take place entirely in the prison. I am allowing for like maybe in the beginning, like the processing or something like that, like the little like epilogue that says, okay, they're in there for this. But the whole movie has to take place in the prison. They don't escape. They don't get out. It's all in there. That's my parameter for this list. Do you have any parameters on yours?
So I kind of went. I feel like I keep going lighter on my parameters than you, but mine was if you're primary in the prison, because some of these movies I couldn't keep off my list, and I will say it's probably like a 50-50 for them being in prison or not. But I'd say if they were primarily in a prison, that's what my parameters were.
Okay, so, I dig it.
I like
it. Primarily in a prison. I'm down. There's nothing wrong with that. There was no wrong answer. I just put the parameters on myself, as always. So let's start with our number 5s. Number 5 on my list is, and I'll go first because I think you went first last time, but number 5 on my list is The Last Castle, starring Robert Redford and James Gunn. Love that movie. I think it's so
great movie.
And he's great in it. Everybody's great in it. So love that movie. What about you? What's your number 5?
My number 5 stars, Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor. It's going to be Stir Crazy.
Very nice. Good one. That's a great
love
movie.
That. I love those two together. And that's just hilarious of getting out of like That's a good movie.
Dude, I got to tell you, like I'm a little annoyed I didn't get that. I didn't do that movie. It's so good. Okay, my number 4 though is Lock Up, with starring Sylvester Stallone, Donald Sutherland, like the late great who just passed away. Also, rest in peace, John Amos and Dikembe Mutombo, and like so many people have been passing away. Like, but yeah, rest in peace, all these people have been passing away. Our condolences to you and your families. So, but to kind of jump back into it in the middle of our top 5, Lock Up, starring Sylvester. That was actually filmed at the prison. No bullshit. It was like 10 minutes down the road from my house.
That's crazy.
To go to work and shit. Yeah, it was Rahway State Penitentiary. It is. It looks like hell. And I've been inside of there because we interviewed for my law class the Scared Straight guys. We weren't doing Scared Straight. We were just interviewing them. And it's fucking terrifying.
I bet. Good. I mean, that's how prison should be, right? I mean,
yep. It's terrifying. Yeah. Holy shit. So that's my number 4. What's your number 4?
My number 4 stars Sean Penn, and I feel like not enough people talk about it. It's going to be Bad Boys.
It's a good movie. Good movie.
I love Sean Penn, and I think it's a great performance. And I feel like I said, I don't think enough people talk about that particular movie with him. And it's a classic. And his hair.
I love it. All right, number 3 for me is The Longest Yard. The original. I do like the remake. I thought the remake was good, but the original is what gets the praise for me. I really enjoyed that. I just think it's such a great movie. Very gritty, very raw. Well done. So, yeah. What's your number 3?
To honor the West Coast, I went with Cool Hand Luke.
Ooh, solid movie. Great movie.
It's a great restaurant. If you're in California, have a chance, you guys. I love that restaurant. I couldn't stop eating there. Just from looking at the walls and everything from that movie, I was like, oh, and the food was mint.
That's awesome. Where was that?
California.
Where? No, I meant like where's the restaurant?
Oh, specifically, it was in between like Fresno, like right outside of Fresno. Surprisingly, reminds me of like Sagebrush. If you ever had Sagebrush up there,
I lived
one of those restaurants
in LA, so most of it was just like.
I got you.
LA.
So you didn't have the good steakhouse where you could throw peanuts on the ground and all that fun shit.
Oh no, that existed. Okay. But we have those here.
It's like that.
And they're not real.
Okay.
They're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like Applebee's. They're like Applebee's with like a hint of darkness. You know?
Right.
All right. So I like that choice though. That was a good one. Number 2 on my list is Papillion. I always say it wrong. Papillion.
Okay.
It's they're in the French prison down in the I forget where it was. The Maldives? Probably not. I'm probably way wrong on that. But yeah, they're in that island prison. It's a vicious movie. It's a hard movie, but the Queen is great in it. Sis Hoffman. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out, I suggest people check that one out. They remade it too, but it wasn't as good.
Okay, see, I didn't know they remade it. But
it was too clean.
Yeah.
I don't like a clean remake. This was such a gritty, like it felt horrible. You know what I mean? Like, oof. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is going to be American History X.
Wow, that's a hard one. That is a hard one. So like for this one to be on your list, is that because you emulate it daily, or is it just something you've learned?
You're funny. Both.
Highly doubt. So no, I'm just kidding with you. But no, that's a great choice. It was on my list. That would make one of my drama lists, I think.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
It's such a good movie. Like Shawshank would too, but they got out of the prison.
Yeah.
You know. So and that was a hard one to admit. Even Green Mile.
Yeah.
It was a hard one to admit, but I was like, my top 5 is gonna be everybody's top 5. So that's why I always throw the parameter. That's why I like your list. It's different. It's there's some flavor to it, and I like that.
Because I was considering those two you just mentioned, Shawshank and Green Mile. Same thing. I was like, Nah, let me do a list for myself. If someone was like, "Hey, give me some prison movies to watch," I'd be like, "All right, here's the Paul list. Not here's your top Google list."
Well, listen, number one on before I say number one on my list, an honorable mention I'd love for everybody to check out is Prison. I believe it's from 1987 or 88. Stars Viggo Mortensen. It also has Kane Hodder's in it. He plays it's a horror movie. It's very cool. It's about a serial killer, not serial killer, but a slasher, ghost killer, killing people in this prison. Exacting revenge. One of my old bosses is in it, Larry Flash Jenkins. You'll see him in that. So go check that movie out. I love it. Or prison wise, that's a fun one. All right, number one. My number one, Escape from New York.
Nice.
They never really get out. Like they're in the prison the whole time because he's processed. And then when he does get out, like he's still there. You know, I always wondered because he's like walking away and he fucked the guy over with the tape. And it's like, did they just not grab you and bring you back? Like you just were able to leave. But all right, cool. So what's your number one, sir? Finish this
my number one is going to be it's a vague statement for prison, but to me it counted. It's The Great Escape.
Great movie. Yeah, another one where because they escaped, I didn't do.
Yeah,
but it was hardcore there. Like it's such a great movie.
Man. That's one I can absolutely rewatch. It is a long movie and it is an older movie, but it's one I can always rewatch. If someone's like, "Can we watch this?" No problem. Never.
Completely agree. It's so good. It is such a great movie. Really great choice. I love that number one. All right, everybody. Well, thank you. And remember, everybody, join up on our Patreon.
Yes.
Patreon has perks for your paid tiers. If you're free, like you're going to get the newsletters. You're going to get, we're doing a giveaway right now. These two things right here. Here, let me make myself bigger.
Yes.
So the handbook for the recently deceased from Beetlejuice popcorn tin that opens up. It's a nice little like keepsake tin that you can use. And of course this thing is awesome, but the Beetlejuice cup. We're going to be giving those away to 2 lucky patrons. 1 patron each will win those. They look like this. So you can go check them out. It's going to run through October 31st. We'll be spinning the wheel and picking 2 names to win one of these each. We hope you guys will be a part of it. Just join up. And it's free members too. So join up on Patreon. Our newsletter should be coming out soon. We're going to be sharing our horror movie watch lists throughout the month, doing our video reviews and stuff like that. So we have tons of other stuff too. So really, please,
so much.
We'd love for you to be a part of it. We love movies. We know you do too. So join the Snob Nation. Don't worry, I'll say that again at the end. All right, let's stop bothering these people long enough. Let's get to our reviews. Let's start with Wolves.
Yes,
Wolves. I don't even like the name. The name pissed me off.
Right.
Because it doesn't have an apostrophe. But then at the same time, it's not possessive. So it shouldn't have an apostrophe, but it shouldn't be called wolves. I understand what they're saying. They're both lone wolves. So you can't say wolves because then they'd be a pack.
Yeah.
It would be better if they called it wolves. So you get to it at the end and with their blatant, obvious, well, he's a lone. You're a wolf, aren't you? You're a wolf. Yeah, everybody telling them they're wolves because they're lone wolves and they work on their own. So, and that it would have made more sense to call the movie Wolves because by the end, when they realize that they have each other, they become a pack of wolves. I like John Watts. He did a good job with Spider-Man movies. I don't think he's the strongest writer. This movie, I don't have a lot to say about it. I really wanted this to be good.
Oh no. Okay. Interesting.
Not that it was terrible. It wasn't a terrible movie, but like it was done better a month ago when The Instigators came out.
Okay.
You know, like it's essentially the same sort of buddy type of fold movie with criminals. And I swear to God, those 4 had a bet and they paired off and said, who can make the better movie? And I hate to tell you this, George Clooney and Brad Pitt, it wasn't you guys. So watching Wolves, which I hate saying, I didn't hate it. They were fun. There were some fun moments in it. It was a cool concept. It was done boringly. It wasn't even a slow burn. That fucking foot chase went on for hours. Like, it was so long. And then by the time they catch up to it, and then they go to this other thing that they don't really need to go to, but whatever. And then they get in trouble because they went to it, and they knew they were going to get in trouble if they went to it, but they still went to it, even though they really didn't have to. It's like, and they even say at the beginning, like, this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to shut up. Right out my mouth. What did you think about the movie, Paul?
So everything Mick hates about it, I loved about it. Mine is that chase scene. That chase scene did last. Oh, okay.
What happens when you go against Mick? You get mixed.
I don't know. I think it's just because I've just been fiending since all the Oceans trilogy to have Brad Pitt, George Clooney together. So I think a lot of the credit I give to this movie, because I did enjoy it, is just because I was happy to see those two back. Because I think even in this one, I could see the chemistry back and forth. And I mean, we differed with Instigators too. Like, I just kind of liked Instigators. You really liked Instigators. I really enjoyed Wolves. You just kind of about Wolves. But I thought it was great. It makes me excited knowing they're about to come out with a new Oceans movie in the next year or two. Because at least they still got it. They're still relevant. Yeah. They're still funny. I enjoyed it. I don't know. I would recommend it for people to watch.
Listen, anybody go check out a movie for yourself. Mm-hmm. And let's just give our ratings for this, because I gave it a 2.5. You gave it a 3.5. Mm-hmm. 2.5 for me is still go check it out. It's middle of the road. It's a middle of the road movie. I think this movie's forgettable. I just don't think it packs the punch that you need. Like, the Instigators sort of packs that punch for me. Am I going to revisit Instigators? Maybe, if I remember it. That's still where it's at. I liked it, and it's still not that memorable of a movie. You know, the reason I remember it is because this movie came out, and I'm like, oh, man, I can't wait for Ocean's 11. These two are going to be super cool. They're going to play fixers. It's going to be awesome. They're going to be bickering and bantering back and forth. And they did. And it was fun at times. But it was like 45 minutes too long fun.
Right.
And that's where it really bugged me, because that 45 minutes really packs a punch when you put it everywhere you did. You know, it's not like just that chase. That chase was very long. And then that wedding sequence is very long and pointless almost. And then there was a lot, so I was really excited for them to come together. Mm-hmm. And I thought them coming together in Ocean's 13, which I like, but it's a guilty pleasure because it's not a great movie. Yeah, this one just missed the mark. For all those years of them not doing a movie together, I really wish they did something else. This is on the same level for me as Julia Roberts and George Clooney doing a movie together last year called Ticket to Paradise. And I was like, cool, another Ocean's 11 sort of, connection. And they always do good together. Nope.
I forgot about that movie till you said it. So yeah, you're absolutely right. It wasn't that good.
George, please. And he was in The Flash. Pick better movies, George.
Come back as Batman. You heard it here first, you guys.
And that's our rating on Wolves. Let us know what you think in the comments. Or head over to our Discord. The only way to do that is join up on our Patreon. But it's free or paid tiers. Get on the Discord. Let's talk about this movie. This is a movie I want to talk about. The Wild, Wild Robot. This is one of my favorite animated movies now. Mm-hmm. First of all, the animation is gorgeous, very artistic, very airbrushed, but done in such a beautiful way. The movement of the animation is gorgeous. Lupita Nyong'o, man, does she just make everything better when she's in a movie? It still does no wrong, in my opinion. This is a story of a robot who sort of gets marooned into the wilderness, and she doesn't know that. The robot, I should say, doesn't know that. So she's just looking for her tasks because that's her job, find tasks and complete her tasks. During this, she finds a baby duckling, a runt duckling that's not supposed to be alive after his whole family is killed. and she takes care of it, raises it, and teaches it to fly. And she becomes connected with the nature and the animals and stuff that are there. And it's just a lovely story about her sort of fish out of water, but also becoming, this robot learning to find more humanistic qualities and an empathy towards nature. What did you think of this movie, sir?
I loved it. Exactly the same way. I like that it was newer animation, but like you said, it was airbrush. So it gave that artsy feel to it that it seemed like they care. Like they put thought into this. I feel like they keep hitting the mark with all their movies, and I thought they chose absolutely right having her do the voice, because I do enjoy her, and that just made me respect her even more.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's kind of more of a heartwarming voice to hear now.
It really is. And oh my God. And I don't want to do any spoilers on this one, because I do think people really need to watch this movie. It's such a great movie. And I think also you will find, in the DreamWorks new sort of opening animation of their franchises, man, they've made some great movies. They really have made some great movies. And this is definitely one of them. That ending will make you cry.
Yeah.
It got you a bit. And it's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing is just fantastic. Go check it out. Watch it with your family. Go take your wife and kids or your husband or your girlfriends or your boyfriends or everyone else to go see Wild Robot. Let's put some money into it. I know it's horror spooky season, but this is definitely one I think we both agree. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I'm surprised I didn't give this 4.5 out of 5, honestly. It was so good. It was so good.
Was.
Everybody in it.
And I know you said no spoilers, so I won't, but I just wanted, it reminded me almost of like the Iron Giant for me. So it's like, I just wanted I don't want to, okay. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say.
All right. Yeah. Well, listen, I will say, it is very similar to Iron Giant. Paul has a great point there. So go check that out.
And I love that movie. So don't I'm not saying that in a bad way.
No,
it's a compliment.
Beautiful movie. And so is this. So go check out The Wild Robot if you haven't. That's our review of it. And then let us know what you think in the comments. We'd love to hear it. Or head over to our Discord, like I said, and join up on our Patreon for your paid tier. And then you're in and you're talking to us about this. And then mixed movie pick from 1955. This is the first in our Snobtober picks. I'm doing all horror. And it's Night of the Hunter.
Ooh.
Great movie. Robert Mitchum. It is amazing. He is an old preacher who is walking about, and he's more of a con man than a preacher, and he's not above killing. So he marries some sort of a foolish woman who's a widow, and she's just like in over her head, and so she marries this guy and falls madly in love with him, and he's only marrying her to get to her dead husband's money that he stashed after a robbery, and he knows the kids know where it is, so he terrorizes the kids. It's really well done. Scary movie. Robert Mitchum is in top form in this movie if you haven't had a chance to see it. But yeah, that's going to be tomorrow's Snobs Film History Classic Film Review. You'll learn a little bit more about the movie. You'll find out my review of it. And I appreciate you coming and checking out. That's right. Thank you, guys. Also, newest episode of Discovery Horror is out. The Ring, Season 3.
Ooh, yes.
4 more episodes left. Go check it out. Let us know what you think. I love it. And then next week, that's right, Snobtober 8th, 2024 at 8 p.m. Eastern is our 5-year anniversary live show.
Yes.
Super excited. Super excited for it, for sure. I don't know if I don't think we're going to do anything big. We're just going to have some fun. Topics next week are, let's share them with you, shall we? It's our 5th anniversary. We're going to talk about do-it-yourself Halloween decorations. We're going to talk about the years and everything going on, and just kind of what we've been doing on the show. We're going to talk about our top 5 podcasts. That's anything. It could. I think I'm going to go more independent, but I may change that through the week, so you'll find out. That's my parameter as of now, though. And we may there's a few different things. I think we're just going to review the Salem Slot movies, but Joker, Folie à Deux is coming out, Monster Summer, and VHS Beyond. Look for it. We're going to start doing more and more reviews separate outside of the podcast, so you can see it on our YouTube channel. Guys, just so you know, after next week for the 5th anniversary, we are going behind our Patreon. So you can still watch us live for free. That will still be available. We're not charging anybody to watch the Scene Snobs podcast. And it is still available on all podcast platforms afterwards. But if you want to watch it live, it is going to be available on our YouTube only and our Patreon. Yep. After it's done on YouTube, it will not be available to watch on YouTube anymore. Only on Patreon. There will be clips up like we do, but you cannot watch the full episode anymore. You have to do it through Patreon. So please head over there, follow us on Patreon. Like I said, for free, it will be there. We have other great shows and stuff like that in the paid tiers, but we have other shows coming out to the free tiers as well, so you can check that out. I said a lot tonight. Remember, we're also running a giveaway, like I said, for the popcorn bucket and the souvenir cups. So make sure you join in for that. But Paul, you got anything you want to say, man? What?
Your face is stuck on the. You do that on purpose. You're messing with me.
What are you talking about?
You're such a piece of shit. It was stuck for a minute. Nothing.
It wasn't. You're fucking. What?
Nothing.
That took me forever to put together, bro. No, it didn't. It took me like a minute before you got on. Like I said, everybody, follow us for the month. I'll be doing many reviews. We're going to have lots of stuff coming out. So you got to like, you got to subscribe. You got to hit the comments and hit that bell so you know what's going on and what's not going on. I'm Mick Manhattan from the Scene Snobs. Paul, you want to say anything before we get going?
Hey, guys, keep watching, keep listening, keep loving the magic of movies. Be safe, if you're able to help or send any, blankets or any canned foods or anything to anybody that needs relief right now, any little bit helps. You might think I only got 2 extra cans of soup that I'm not going to use. That could help someone. That's a meal for somebody. So, do what you can.
And I would like everybody to maybe think about it from this perspective too. Right now, we have a huge strike going on with the ports and the port workers, and I'm not saying anything about the strike other than it looks like we're probably going to have pretty thin times here in terms of things that all the stuff that kind of comes in through those ports. So keep that in mind. There's a lot of people suffering, a lot of people hurting. If we can help, let's help them. That's what it's all about. Be kind, right? So we can do that because we're all awesome members of this amazing, beautiful marble called Earth. And we'd love for you to join us next week on the Scene Snobs Podcast for our 5th anniversary. Now I'm going to segue out of here, but thank you, Paul. That's so true. Really appreciate you saying that. And thank you to all of you for being here, watching, hanging out with us, being a part of it. We just, bottom of my heart, truly appreciate it. We're going on 5 years next week, and it is, I can't believe it. Starting this 5 years ago and then being here, it means the world to me that it's built up so much, and you guys are so supportive of it. I love you guys. Remember, I don't want to. I feel like I've been greedy by saying we're going behind Patreon. It's not that. It's just so much. I want to have a hub where everybody can go and kind of connect and be a part of it. And Patreon offers the most on that, so because I can keep doing the free and stuff like that. So we'd love for you to be over there, even if you're just following for free. Just be a part of the Snob Nation. Join up on the Discord, talk in it, hang out with us. Don't be afraid. I'd love for it. I'm trying to get that going as well. So thank you guys again for being a part of it. Remember, we love movies, and we know you do too. So join the Snob Nation and hang out with us. Until next time, remember to be kind, stay classy, and take care of yourselves, because that's important. Bye, everybody.